Yeah. Everybody mute your microphones, please. Don't unmute them unless and until you don't you require it. You can unmute it. Okay, fine. Let's talk about the HTML. So, what is this HTML? Why we are going to use this HTML? What's the need for this? All that thing we'll talk about now. Okay, what is this HTML? HTML stands for the hypertext markup language. Now comes the question: why do I use this one? This HTML? Why I'm going to use it? Means before I tell you why we are going to use it, now let me tell you something. Who has invented it, or who has the who has invented us this what you call the HTML part for the who has introduced us the concept of HTML for us. Let's we talk about that one first. It's a Tim Berners-Lee who invented the concept of the WWW, what you call the World Wide Web, and then he introduced us the concept of what you call the HTML. Also, he introduced it. So this HTML. So initially, he designed this internet program. He introduced the concepts of the internet for sharing of the documents. Okay, basically he was a scientist and he wanted to share his information with others. Then he designed this concept of what we call WW concept. He designed it. Okay, fine. Now generally when you look into this, how this HTML has come in, actually HTML has been taken from some other language, what you call SGML, all that. Okay, they have taken it from the SGML and then finally they proposed as the HTML concept they proposed. Okay, when I talk about this HTML, so HTML as its name says, it's called the hypertext markup language. So when you say it's a hypertext markup language, it's a language or it is a place where you're going to have some tags will be there, right? We use this, what you call the tags will be using it. And by using these tags, we are going to do the web designing, we are going to take care of it. Like for example, here if you look into the screen there, so there is one small example is there, what you call a head section is going to be there. Okay, like this is what you call a tag there. So what we are doing is we are writing it less than symbol and then you give some tag name and then you'll be placing the greater than symbol. So this information is being enclosed right in between this less than and greater than. So this is called a tag, it is called. When you are writing this HTML, so this HTML consists of some tags will be there. So you use these tags and then you are going to do the designing of your page is going to be done. When you talk about this HTML, so in HTML, so this it's been divided into basically the web page is going to design it into two different sections. So the first section is called the head section, and then the another section is called the body section. The web page that you're going to design, so that is going to be divided into two sections. One is called a head section, other one is called a body section. And these two sections are going to be embedded, they are going to be placed into the, so the opening HTML tag and closing HTML tag. So if I'm writing a slash before, for example, okay, I'm writing like this slash before. So this is called the closing tag. If I'm just simply writing without the slash, if I'm writing, so this is called the beginning. So whatever, okay, so this is called the beginning tag and this is called the closing tag. Right, for example, you can see it here when you talk about the HTML. So here this is my HTML opening and this is my HTML closing. Like that, I'm having head section, head, this is my opening of my head section, this is the closing of the head section. So normally all the tags, when you talk about your HTML, in this HTML the tags will be having opening will be there, closing will be there for us. Okay. And there are some tags are there which doesn't have the closing and ending. I mean, concept of ending tags are not there. So that we'll discuss little later. We'll talk about. Okay. Now, as I was telling you that this is something like which will help me to write the design my web pages. Now comes a question: what is this web page and all that means? So web page is a place where we are going to display the information on the internet. Okay. Whenever I want some information to be displayed on the internet. So when we want something to be displayed on, I mean, when some information has to be displayed on the internet, we design the web pages. We are going to design it. So when you are going to design the web pages, what you call when you want some information to be placed onto internet, so we are going to have the hypertext markup languages. We are going to use it. Now remember, when you are talking about this hypertext markup language, It's a simple tags are going to be there, like just we have seen one example like head section, body section, HTML, like the different tags are going to be there. So those tags are going to be used for designing our web pages. Now remember, it's the simplest language that you can make use of it for designing your web page. Okay, it's the most simplest things for us. Now, when you talk about your simple, I mean, how we are going to have this, what you call the HTML page, how we are going to design it means. So when you talk about your HTML page, so you're going to follow the simple structure you're going to follow. So this is the structure of your page that you're going to follow. That means you'll be starting with the doc type. So you'll use the exclamatory mark and then doc type. Then you write the HTML, then head section, closing head section, and then we have the body part and then closing the body part. Now, when you look into this one, so whatever we are writing in the head section, so whatever we write in the head section, so this part is going to be hidden for the user, except this, what we are writing in the title section, right? So this alone is visible to the user. Okay, and whatever we are writing in the body part, this is going to be visible for the user. For example, what we are written in the title section, that will be there on top. Okay, on the top of the window, you'll be seeing it. And whatever you're writing in the body section, so that is going to be visible to the user for us. Okay. We'll take one example. We'll discuss more about that one. Okay. Now, I told you that something about the HTML page, where you're going to do it, where you're going to design and everything it's going to be. So first I'll show you one example, I'll show you. Then we'll discuss more on that one. Okay. Now, if I want to type my HTML pages, so where do I need to type my HTML pages? What I am supposed to use it? So if we talk about now where I need to type them, so I'm going to use Notepad, a simple text editor we call it. You can use any simple text editor can be made use of it for typing of your HTML pages, or what you call your HTML document. Now, for example, I'm using Notepad, I'm using, or you can use the other text editors can also be used like Edit plus plus, like that. So many different types of editors are there. So you can use those editors and you can start designing it. So here in my example, I'm using Notepad. So I open my run dialog box and then I'm typing the Notepad. Okay, once I type the Notepad, now you see that the Notepad software is going to be open for you. And inside this one, you can start typing the HTML page design can be started. So for example, I want to have a simple web page I want to design. So for a simple web page, you can have the head section you're going to, I mean, HTML tag you're starting. So you're going to write the closing HTML tag. Okay. Then inside this, we said we have the head section will be there. Then we have the closing head section. So we have the body section. Then we have the closing body section. Okay. Right. In the head section, I'm going to use a tag called a title tag. I'm using it. Now, let us say that, okay, now in the title, I want to have it's okay. So, Huddle Rise, I'm giving the title. Then I'm closing the title tag. Now, in the body part, so I'm writing the message, okay, welcome to web programming, okay, or web designing. Let us say, okay, let's write designing, right? Okay. Right. Now I will save this one. So I'll go to the file menu. Don't worry, I'll explain everything in detail on my own will take. I'll go to the file menu. So how do I go to the file menu? Alt F I'm using. Either you can use the Alt F, or what you can do is you can take your mouse and click on the file menu and then select the option called save. So once I click on the option what you call save, then it'll ask me to select the location where your file has to be saved. Initially, what we will be doing is we'll be putting all our files into one folder. Okay, anywhere where you want to put the files. No, it's nothing wrong there. You can put anywhere wherever you want it initially. So once we learn little bit, so then we have a concept what you call web page. And then we'll have a different concept. There we'll discuss there. So how where these files has to be placed and all. Little later we'll discuss exactly. But right now, as of now, the simple pages are concerned, you can put into some folder So wherever you want it. Like for example, okay, I'm selecting some H drive, I'm selecting. Okay, there I'm creating a folder I'm creating. So first I've selected the H drive, then I'm selecting the option called new folder. So once I click on the new folder, it gives me the new folder option there. I'm just erasing it, backspace I'm using, and then I'm giving my name there. Okay, so what I'm doing, so I'm giving the file name, the folder name as W26 I'm using it. That's my folder name. Okay, then I pressed enter. Then in this one, I want to create a file now. So what is the name of the file I want to give? So I want to give the file name as w1.html. I'm giving it. I given the file name as w1.html. I given. Now this file will be saved as w1.html file will be saved. Okay, so where we have saved it, I saved it in my H drive. So in the W26 I have created a folder. There we have placed a file called w1.html. Okay, so this is the designing part. Now comes the question, how do I see the output of it? To see the output, there are multiple ways are there. So one simple method what you can do is you can open your browser. For example, I'm having my browser, what I'm using a browser, what is called Google Chrome. I'm opening this Google Chrome. Okay, once after opening the Google Chrome, now one simple method is you use Control plus O you press. When I press Control plus O on my system, okay, on the keyboard, so it is going to show me a dialog box comes out where you need to select your file which you want to open. Now I saved my file in the H drive. Yeah, in the H drive I saved it. So in the folder W26 that I'm double clicking on it, the file name I'm selecting, and then I click on the option called open. So once you say now open there, so you see now it's going to show me the output is going to be shown for me. So you can see now. Okay, so whatever you wrote in the title section that is there on top here, you can see it's going to show me huddle rise here. Okay, so you see the huddle rise there on the top, right? On top you see the huddle rise. Now what we wrote in the body section that we are going to see it here. So in the body section we are going to see whatever we write in the body section that is visible to the user, and whatever we are writing in the head section that will not be visible to the user except what we are writing in the title section. So the title section, whatever you are writing, that you are going to see it here on top. Okay, so that is you are seeing it in the window tab, the tab of your browser now. Understood? Okay. Let me go back to the notepad again. So I'm going back to the notepad. Now you see that what we wrote in the title section, so that was shown for us on top of your screen. And then what we wrote in the body section, so that is visible to the user. So this is the body section, is whatever you write in the body section that is going to be visible to the user. There are some things are there which will not be visible. So what the browser will be doing is browser will be doing the concept what called formatting. It is going to do it. Now what do you mean by formatting? Like for example, let us say we have one tag called h1 tag is there. I'm having a tag called h1 tag is there. So anything that I'm going to enclose it into the h1 tag, that will be displayed onto the browser. But when I'm using my h1 tag, what will happen is it displays the text in the little bigger size for me. So for example, first what we did, we used without any tag, we used it. Simple I'm using it. Without any tag I'm using. Okay, the second one, what I'm doing, I'm putting them into h1 tag. I'll save this. Control S I have used, or you can go to the file menu, select the option called save. You can select it. Okay, now I'm using Alt tab to move to the browser. Now I'm going to the browser. Okay, then so after this, we have made some changes to your page. So those changes what we have made, that if you want to see, so you have to use the option called refresh. When I click on this refresh option, then now you see that it's going to show me there. Now, if you look there, so if you look into the program here, I'll do one thing, I'll arrange it little. I'll just arrange it side by side. Okay, now you can see now. So what we have wrote here, so in the title section we wrote this one, right? The huddle rise we are written it. So this output you are seeing it here on top. Okay. Then so what I wrote, just welcome I wrote, right? So this just welcome, I'm going to see it here. No, I placed something into the h1 tag here. So this what I place in h1 tag, so that is displayed here for me. Remember this what you are writing, that h1 what you are write, right? Sorry, here I should have closed it. Sorry, I not closed. Okay, the h1 tag what I have written, that is not visible to the user. It is not showing the tag there h1. But what it is doing, instead of that one, it is doing the formatting it is going to do. So when I'm using h1 tag, it is understood by the browser for me. So what it has to do. Like that, I can make use of different tags I'll be using it. So based upon the tag what you are going to use, the formatting is going to be done differently. It is going to do it. So for example, when this h1 tag when you are using it, it indicates for the browser to tell what. So you are using the font. I mean you want to display the text in a bigger font. You are going to use it. Okay, like this is what exactly it means for me. So when you talk about the h1 tag, sorry, here the h1 tag should have been closed. Yeah. Now, like this tag, we have one more tag is there. So called h2 tag is there. So h2, h3, h4, up to h6 I can make use of it. So now what I'm doing, I'm using the h2 tag, opening, closing, then h3 tag I'm okay. h3 I'll use. Fine. I'm using h4. h4 I'll save this. Control plus S, or go to the file menu, select the option, save, then come back to the browser. Then once you come to the browser, so whatever the changes that you have made in your file, if you want to see the changes, you have to use the option refresh has to be used. Now you see, so when I'm using the refresh now, so you see now the changes are going to be seen. So this is your h1 tag, this is h2, right? So this one, the first line, this is from h1 tag, the output is from the h1 tag. So this is from the h2 tag. So this is from the h3 tag. This is from the h4 tag format. So like this, if I'm using h5, h6, you see when you're going to start from h1 to h6, you are using it, the font size is going to decrease for me, right? So h1 is going to be the biggest font and h6 will be of the smallest size for me. So like that, what happened, the size is going to decrease from h1 to h6. Now this is without, we are not using anything there. Now, the first line is going to be without anything there. Okay, right. So you have any difficulties, you can let me know. No problem in that. Yeah. So that is the simple tag that we talked about, the h1, h2, h3, and h4. So like this, we have many different tags are going to be there for me, right? And okay. Now, actually, when you look into the PPT, what I have designed it. So in this one, I have used many tags. I have used what you call meta tag, all that I have used. Let us not worry about this meta and all this. Generally, we use this doc type, will be using it to indicate that we are using a HTML page. So this from the concept what you call, we have different types of HTML formats are going to be there, or what you call different types of HTML standards are going to be there. So doc type is a standard that we are following in HTML5 standards. Doc type is used in the HTML5 document standards. We are going to use it. So the head section is going to contain me one information, what you call the meta tag. We'll talk about the meta tag little later. We'll talk about, generally this meta tag is very important when you talk about the search engine optimization, we call it as. So what is that search engine optimization means? For example, you open the Google, and after opening the Google, what you do, you type for something. For example, let us say that you want to search for a mobile. So what do you do? We open the Google, we'll open the Chrome first, and then so we'll be getting a search bar there. So in that you'll be typing, okay, you want to know about a mobile or you want to know about a car. For example, I'll show you one example. I'll show you. Okay, let us say that I'm having this browser is there for me. I'm using this browser. So when I'm using this, once I open my browser, you see G there on top, right? It's called a Google, Google search engine, or you can see it here. You can see the message here now. Search, okay, something, type something here to search. Now, for example, so I want to have, let us say I want to search for a mobile. Okay, so mobile I want to search. Okay. So mobile, what you wanted? Okay, now let us say that you want to have Samsung mobile. You want to search for the Samsung mobile. Samsung, I'll set, type it and mobile. Okay. Now, as soon as you type this Samsung mobile and you press enter, so what will happen? So this will start searching the information where exactly this information is present. That is in which web page it is available. All that information is going to be shown for me here. So you can see different links you will be getting it. So these are the different links. Okay, what you're going to get. So you can select any one of the link you can select. Once you select these links, so it is going to display the information from that particular link where it has been available. I mean, whichever the link you're clicking. So from that link, it's going to display the information for me, right? Okay. Now this is what you call a search engine. It is called. This is called a search engine. Now here you are seeing Google, right? Google is a search engine. Right? This is called a search engine. What is this search engine does? It is going to do the job of searching the information for us on the internet. Now I wanted to know about something about Samsung mobile. Just type this Samsung mobile, then automatically it start searching. So where this information is available on the internet, and then it's going to show me. You can see that links are going to be there. This is called a link there. So when I place the mouse pointer, automatically you see that there is a change in the mouse pointer shape, and then you see that the underlining is coming for me. See, now there is no underline. When I move my mouse over there, so you see the underline is going to be there, right? That's called a link, or you call it a hyperlink. It is called. Okay, we'll discuss about the hyperlinks, right? So this is what you call a search engine. So search engine is basically used for searching the data onto the internet, right? Anything you want, you can search. For example, I want to know about a BMW car. I'll type BMW car and I press enter. So it's going to show me the information about that one, right? So lots of things are going to be shown. Images are going to be shown. Okay, all that different things are going to be shown for you. So this is what you call a search engine, right? Now, when I'm searching for this BMW car, so we are telling where this car has to be searched, in which web page it has to look in, so that it is going to be defined in the meta tag. We use a meta tag, and then we'll be using what you call keywords. Will be using it. So in the keywords, we'll be writing the BMW car, all these, whatever that you want to search for the information in your web page. So that keywords we call it. That keywords will be writing in the meta tag. So that is something about a meta tag there. Okay, yeah. So we'll be using the HTML tag. Then we are going to use the doc type. We are going to use it. This doc type is for the HTML5 declaration. Then you use the head section. You use the title section. So title is shown on top of your browser. Okay. Then body section. So whatever the data that you want it to be visible to the user, you're going to use the body section. You're going to use it. So in the body section, we'll be putting so much of information. We're putting, like for example, you want to put some text, you want to put some images, or you want to put some videos. Okay, you want to put some sounds, all different types of things you want to put it. So there you're going to use the body tag. You're going to, in the body tag, whatever we are going to place, that will be visible to the user. We have different tags are going to be there, like h1 tag is there. So this is for defining the headings. Generally we talk about the headings. So it's going to be of the large heading. It's going to show me h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. H6 will be of the smallest heading, will be saying it. So we have one tag called a p tag is there, so which will be acting as a paragraph tag, we call it as. I told you that whenever I want to see my information on the internet, so we are going to use a browser. Remember, when I'm going to use a browser, the browser doesn't show you the tags. I'm using h1 tag, h2 tag, all these I'm using, right? It will not show me that the tags, it will not be showing it. So it shows only what the formatted text it will be showing me. For example, I have written h1 and then I have written some text. So that h1 you're not seeing it. You see the text which is being formatted. That means with a large, as a bigger font, you're going to see the text there. Okay, it's not going to do me the, it's not going to show me the tags what I am using. It's not showing it. It shows only the formatted document, it's going to show me the output. So we have different types of browsers are going to be there. So what are the different types of browser that we have? So maybe I may be using a browser like, so I may be using a different types of browsers I'll be using. So like for example, so this is, you may be using as what you call Edge, or what you call the Internet Explorer. Okay, you may be using a Google Chrome, or you may be using Firefox. Okay. Which is this browser? Okay, so different types of browsers will be using it. Like you may be using a Opera, you may be using it. Okay, like the different types of browsers will be using it. So depending upon your need, or sometimes I may not be having all the browsers. I may be having one browser is going to be there, like Chrome is there. So I use my Chrome browser. I'll be using it. Remember, browser is a software which will help me to display the formatted content of my web page. It will not be showing your tags, it will not be showing, it shows me only the formatted content it's going to show from me. Okay. Yeah. Now, so we discussed how where we need to type our HTML pages and all. So where you are going to type the HTML pages means the HTML pages you type it by using a simple text editors. You are going to use it. Like for example, I may be using a simple text editor called Notepad. I'll be using it, or I'm using an editor like Notepad plus plus. All that different types of editors I'm using it. Uh, and not only that, so we have some editors are going to be there, like Blue Griffon, okay, a Dreamweaver, Coffee Cup. Like this, some editors are going to be there. Some softwares are there for me, right? So they, what is an advantage of using these softwares like Dreamweaver or Blue Griffon means? So these softwares, it will help me to design my web page. For example, let us say that you're designing a web page. Now, when I'm designing, we are seeing just one simple example. We said, okay, where we wanted to show welcome to web designing, like that. So for designing this, you need to write the code, okay, how this it has to be displayed, what tag you have to use, all that you have to define. So instead of you defining it everything, what you can do is you can make your software itself to do all the designing work can be done by you. Okay. For doing that, okay, I'll show you how to work with them, Blue Griffon and all that. So once I open them and then I type it, automatically it's going to give my HTML page design is going to be done by itself. So those softwares you can make use of it, okay, and you can do the designing of your web page design can be done. But remember, when I'm doing that kind of design, I should, if there is any problem is there, so if I want to rectify or if I want to get my things done, a customization has to be doing it. Then it is not possible for me to use this Blue Griffon and all. I mean, you can use them. It's not that it's not possible. But if I don't know the HTML tags, we cannot do the customization cannot be done. Okay. Now, once you type your program, okay, whatever it is, the HTML, you are using a notepad or notepad plus plus, whatever it is, then save it with the extension .html. So save your program what you typed in notepad with the extension .html. Or you can also use .html also can be used, but it's always better you follow the 4-digit format. Okay, HTML. Nowadays everybody uses HTML. You too can also use only HTML. Or if you don't want to use HTML, you can use also 3 letters can be used called HTM can be used. Okay, then so how do I see the result of my HTML page? So for showing for seeing the result of your HTML page, what you can do is you can open the browser. Okay, open the browser software. So from the browser software, you press Control plus O. You can press. So once you press the Control plus O, it's going to show me a dialog box. It shows me a dialog box where you can select the web page. So once you select the web page, then what will happen? You see the output of the or formatted output will be saying it. Or alternate, we have the best method. So open the File Explorer. Okay, go to the File Explorer. How do you open the File Explorer? So we have the Windows key, right? Windows key plus you can make use of E can be typed in. Windows key plus E if you type, it opens the Windows Explorer, File Explorer it opens, or what you call Windows Explorer. So once I get the File Explorer, from that, so go to the location, select the location where your file is present, and then double click on it, then it will automatically opens in the browser for me. I'll show you one example. So for example, I'm opening my file explorer I want. I'm pressing Windows key plus E, I'm pressing it. Or what you can do, this is the icon that is going to show me the file explorer icon. So you can click on this icon, the blue and the yellow icon is there, right? You can just click on this icon, it opens your file explorer. You can do it. Or if I don't know it, okay, simply you can also click on the this PC. So double click on the this PC, it's going to open the file explorer. You can see. So this is your file explorer, this PC. This is your file explorer. Now in the file explorer, so I want to go to the location first where my file is being saved. My file is saved in the H drive. I'm clicking on the H drive. So then, so in the H drive, so I'm having a folder called W26. So I'm just double clicking on that folder. Now in this double clicking, when you double click on it, you see the file called W1. Now I'll give a double click on this one. Once I give a double click, now you see that it's going to automatically open in the browser for me. You can see the output of that particular page is going to be shown here. Understood? So this is the alternate method. So the alternate method is what? Go to the file explorer. Okay, so from the file explorer, select the location where you have saved it and then double click on the file. It will open your file in the browser automatically. It opens it. Right? That is another method. So whichever the method you want, you can follow it. So either you can open the file explorer, double click on the file, then it opens it. Or first open the browser, then from the browser you can use Ctrl+O, you can make use of it and you can open it. So either method can be followed. So whichever the method you feel convenient, you can use it. So this is only when you're going to do the initial learning stages. Later, exactly when you want to have some web designing, testing and all has to be done, then we'll talk about that one little later. Okay. One more thing is you can also see the page source. Like whenever you're going to do the design work, you've done it. Okay. Or let us say some other page you're visiting. For example, let me show you an example now. So opening. So let us say I'm typing huddlerise.com. I'm opening my site. Okay. When I'm typing this huddlerise.com, so you see that the website is going to be open for you, right? Once this web page is open, so I'm interested, I'm curious to know what type of designing, all these things they have done it. So if I want to know how the designing, what type of tags they are using it, what's the code they are using and everything. So what you can do, just right click on the page and then select the option called view page source. You're able to see this view page source, right? So here I'm going to have an option called view page source is there, right? How I got this page source option? So I have given a right click and then, so once I give a right click, you'll see the option called view page source. So if you click on the view page source, then immediately it is going to show me the page, the source of the page. Now you can see that they have started with the HTML tag. Okay, language equal to ZXX they have written. Then they have written the meta tag. Okay, character set they have defined it. Then so they are not done any what you call the meta tag. It's mean keywords they are not defined. Okay, no problem for us. Then okay, then they are given the title there. So the title what you're going to see Huddle Rise there. Okay, Huddle Rise Academy. It's missing there. Okay, like you do all the designing and all you do it, then you can see different tags that they have used it. They have designed this. Okay, you can see the page source. So if I want to see the source of the page, how the designing is being done, simply what you can do is right click on the page, select the option called view page source. I'm using it. So when I say you view page source, what will happen? It will show me the content is going to be shown for me, right? Like that. Okay. So this is how you can see the page source. No, I'm not interested in my complete page source. If I'm not interested, I want to know only, let's say for example, there is one here, what do you call the colors, there is an option. I would like to know more only about that one. So how they have done the design. Then you use the right click. Then we have the option called, instead of page source, right? Instead of using an option called page source, you can use an option called inspect. So just click on the option called inspect. Then automatically what will happen on the right, you'll see the information is going to be shown for you. So it's going to show me the element.style and then it's going to show me all the different things. It's going to show me, okay, box hyphen sizing, okay, border box, then div, okay, displays block type, like that, HTML body, okay, what is the font, all that you're going to see. So different information is going to show for me. So based upon the element what I'm selecting, I'll just let me unzoom. Okay, I'm just clicking on this huddle rise, I'm clicking. Then you see that it's going to show me how the design has been done there. Okay. You can see the page source, always you can see the page source. Or I'm giving an option what you call right click, and then I'm selecting the option inspect. Now you see that particular element on which you are given the inspect. So its code is going to be shown for me here. So for example, this one you are giving a right click, and then so I select the option called inspect. Now you see this tag info, I mean how this designing is being done is going to be shown for me here, right? So you understood, right? So we can see this. If I don't want it, I just click on this button, close button. Okay. Now what I did, so we did in two ways we did it. So now I'm interested to see the page source. That means what tags they're using. Okay, what is the styling they are using. We'll discuss what is styling and all. So I want to know what is the tag they are using. All these things I would like to know. In such a case, what you can do is you can right click on the page, and then you can select the option called page source. One method is use the page source. That is view source you can use. So in the view source, if you see it, it's going to show me how the page designing is being done, what are the tags they're using. In case of I'm not interested for the complete page, I'm interested only one particular element I'm interested, I would like to know that. So on that particular element, what you can do, you can use a right click on that particular element and select the option called inspect element you can use. So once I use this option, what called inspect element, then you'll see the what are the how that particular element has been designed. So that element information only you'll be saying it, right? So when you don't want it, you can just click on the close button there. So you can close that one and come back to the normal. Yeah. So what are these elements there? Tags means. So remember, the HTML has all the predefined tags. All the tags which are there for my in my HTML, they're all predefined. That means they have some special meaning is going to be there. So for example, I'm having H1 tag is there. H1 tag has some special meaning for me. That means it tells that to display the text in the a bigger font. It's like a heading like thing. Okay. When I'm using the P tag, it means that so you're asking to display the text in a paragraph like thing. Remember, the most important thing is your HTML tags are not case sensitive. They're not case sensitive. Means what? If I want, I can type my tags in small letters, or I can type the tags in capital letters, no problem. So both it will be working, and it will display the content there onto the screen. Okay, right. So it is not case sensitive for us. But remember, a few tags are there which doesn't have the closing tag. Like for example, here I'm using the H1 tag, it's opening, and this is my H1 tag closing. But there are some tags are there whose closing is not there. Now, example, we have one tag called BR tag is there. So this tag doesn't have any closing. That means those type of tags are called empty tags, we call them. Okay, they don't have the ending. They are called the empty tags. They are called, right? Okay. Now, whenever you're writing the tags, so for all the tags, we have what you call the attributes will be there. We have the attributes for the tag. So what are the attributes means? These attributes, they enhance the tag or they provide some additional information for the tag. Then how do I use these tags? I mean, how do I use these attributes means? So after the tag name, you use the attribute name, then is equal to some value you'll be putting it. So like this, for example, I'm having a paragraph tag is there. So align is equal to center, I'm writing it. And then I'm writing some text. After that, I'm closing my paragraph tag. So whatever I've written in between my opening tag and the closing tag, that will be displayed as it is. I mean, it is going to be displayed. And then what I've done is I have used the paragraph tag I'm using, P tag I'm using. It is going to do some enhancement, is going to do it. Let's see what it is. I'll go to the notepad. Okay. So this is my notepad. So in the notepad, so what I'm doing, I'm using, okay, I'll just remove this welcome part. So for this, instead of using simply, I'll put that one into my paragraph tag. So let me save it. I'll go back to my browser. Okay, I'm refreshing my page. You see now it's going to be displayed for me. So what we want welcome to web designing. That information is being displayed here. It is displayed where? It is displayed on the left hand side of my window. Now the same information, I'm displaying it again. I'm just copying it and pasting it. Then, but what I want to do is I want to have the options to be changed for me. So what is the option that I want to change? I want to have the alignment. Align is equal to right. I'll write RIGHT. I'm writing it. So when I say align is equal to right, and then I save it, I'll go to the browser, Alt tab, refresh. Now you see that the text is displayed for me on the right hand side. So by default, it is displaying on the left hand side for me. Now I want to change the way how the tag is going to work for me. That means the way how the tag is displaying the information, I want to change it. Then what I did, so I've used an attribute called align attribute, and then I said align is equal to right I'm giving. So when I say align is equal to right, then it is going to place the text for me on the right hand side. The same thing, we have one more attribute, I mean the same attribute is there called the align attribute. So but for the align attribute, so we have the different option is going to be there. So what is the another option for me is center. The another option is center for me. CNTR. Save. Then I'll refresh my page. So you see, so one is going to be in the center, one is going to be on the right hand side, one is going to be on the left hand side. So this is how the tag is going to be, you see the tag is getting enhanced for me. It's going to have a different kind of output. You're going to see it there. So when I'm using the option called align there, so align is called the attribute, right? Okay. That is called the attribute for us. What is it is? Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so I'm using this attributes there, and then I'm giving a value there, right? So I'm just talking about the paragraph tag. So paragraph tag, we have what are the attributes for the paragraph tag? Okay, the values and the alignment attributes we are having. So what are the alignments? It's a center, left and right. So left is going to be the default. That means we need not to tell anything. By default, it's going to be placed for me in the left of my window. Okay, so we can have right alignment, center alignment, or left alignment right there. Okay. Now remember, whatever you are going to put it into the between these two tags, that is between the opening and the closing tag, that alone the alignment will be done. For example, here, if you look in, sorry, if you look in here, I'm writing here align equal to right, align equal to center. I'm writing. So this for this text alone, the alignment will change, and the alignment will change only for this text, right? So whichever the text that you want to have, the different alignment has to be done. So you have to write that, okay? And whatever the alignment, where up to where you want the alignment to be applied. So for that, there you have to close the tag. For example, if I'm not closing the tag, okay, I'm just continuing it. So it is also going to continue. The formatting is going to continue till the closing. But remember, if you talk about the browsers like Chrome, they are very user friendly. That means what? If I'm not, sometimes if I'm not closing my tags also, that will work properly. But it's always advised is what? When you're opening a tag, close the tags properly. Okay. Okay. Then, so we have discussed about the H1 tag. So H1 to H6, we can make use of it. So like this, it's going to be different output. Depends upon the browser what you're going to use. The output may be slightly different for you. We have a tag called font tag is there. So what is the use of this font tag mean? The font tag is you are going to use it for displaying the text with the different styles you're going to have it. For example, I want to change the font. I want to have different font. I want to have it. Okay, then So what you can do is we can make use of this attribute called face attribute, size attribute, okay, color attribute we can make. So these are the different attributes that you can make use of it. So for example, I'm writing font face is equal to Arial I am writing. So this displays for me in a different font there. Okay, like that. I want to have the size I want to change. You can say size is equal to something. So if I want to get the color I want to get it, then I'll be writing font color is equal to something I'm writing it. So when I'm writing this, then it's going to change the color. Sorry for that. It's everything is the same color and all that. Okay. So when I'm using font color equal to something, then the color is going to change for me. Now remember, so whatever you're writing it, so I'm opening my font tag and closing it. So whatever we are writing it in between the opening and the closing tag, for that alone, that font specifications you are given it or the style specifications you are giving, that alone will be applied. For example, I'm going to the browser, sorry, notepad. So in the notepad, let me use something better text I'll type in. Okay, so let us say that I'm writing now Apple tech. So I'm using a paragraph tag. Now I want to give the Apple technologies. Okay, okay, let's say whatever you write it, Apple machines. I'm closing the tag. So I'm using one more paragraph tag. I'm using it. Okay, let us say that I'm writing Hindupur. Closing the tag there. I'm opening one more tag. Okay, let us say AP I'm writing. Now, okay, fine. I've written this. Let me show you the output and we'll discuss more on that. I'm going to my browser, switching to the browser, and I just refreshed it. Now you see Apple machine, Hindupur, APs. Now let us say I want to change the font only for Apple machine. I want to change. Then what we do is we write the tag called font tag. Will be writing font. I'll be writing face is equal to. So I want to use the Vardena font. Okay, Vardena font I'm using. Right. So I want to apply only for Apple machine. So then now you need to close the tag here. I'll just write this, save this. Then I'm refreshing it. Now you can see that font is applied. Now, okay, I would just, let me have the better font now I'll use. Like for example, I'll use a font called Webdings. See why I'll use Webdings is because it is easy to recognize. That's why I'm writing the Webding. Okay, Webdings font I'm using. So let's see. Now you see it's been differentiating easily. We can do the differentiation can be done. Now I want to apply that particular font only for Apple machine. Then what I'm doing, I'm opening the tag here, the font tag I'm opening. Then I'm writing all that Apple and everything I'm writing. Then I'm closing the font tag. So only where I have opened the closing I've done it. For that alone it's going to apply for me. Now for example, let us say here I'm not doing any closing, I'm not doing it. I'll just save my page and then I'm using a refresh. See when you say refresh, what is happening? See, you have opened the tag here and you have closed it. You have not closed it. So what happened? So wherever, whatever you are writing it after the font here specification, all these are going to be applied for the text which is going to follow it. Right? Okay. Understood what I'm telling? So for example, I'm writing the font color I'm writing here. So I'm writing color is equal to red I'm writing. Okay. Then from where you are given this option, what you call font color equal to red, from that location onwards, it starts applying it. That means you see that it's going to apply for the Hindupur and AP both it is applied. But only thing is what? I'm not getting my font has been properly shown there. Okay. So let me close the font. When I'm closing the font, it is going to apply only up to there. The red color is applied only up to there. The next color, sorry, I did a mistake there. Instead of closing, there is a comma there. Save it. Now you see the next one is going to be the black color comes back as it is. So that is the default color. So your web pages will be always displayed in the black color and followed with the white background for us. That is always is going to be there. Okay. You understood, right? So wherever you're opening the tag, you're opening it, you have to close it. So if I'm not closing it, then what happens? It will be extending, the tag is going to be extended to till the end of your HTML page. Or it depends upon, like if I'm opening the same tag again, it closes the previous tag, application is going to close from like that. So that's how you can work with the closing and opening. That's here I'm going to have a tag called font tag is going to be there for me. So example, we are seeing the font. Now remember, when you're going to talk about the colors, we can apply the colors in different methods. We can apply the colors. Okay, the font faces, we have the different font face attributes we are having it. The colors, we can apply the colors in two different ways. So you can use the color name. So this is what we are talking about. This is the color name, or you call it as a named color. You call it as, you define the named color there. You can tell what color you want to apply it and everything you can define. Okay, if you know the name of the color, this is the way how you do it. For example, I know a color combination. Okay, let us say that I'm using the color combination 000. I want. So what is this color combination called 00? It's going to represent the black color for me, right? This represents the black color. Now I want to apply the black color, or let us say I want to apply red color. I want to apply. I want the text to be in the red color. So what I can do when I'm using the font tag, font, okay, I can give it as color is equal to red. I can give, right? Okay, let me show you that. So I want to apply the color. Then what I do, font color equal to red. I am writing it, and then I'm applying the red color. So this is you do it. Or so for example, if you look into the red here, next to the red color, there is some value is going to be there. Some number is going to be there. FF0000. So what is this FF0000 means? This is called the RGB value, we call it as. This is called the hexadecimal RGB values. I can give here color is equal to red, or what I can do, I can also use the alternate. So what is the alternate that I can do? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll write the same text again there. Okay. So here for this text, now what I'm doing, I'm not giving the color name, I'm not using. What I'm doing, I'm using hash. Now remember, if you're writing the values like that, what you call the hexadecimal values you're writing, then you have to put the hash symbol, it is mandatory. FF0000, we are writing it. So I'll save it. I'll just refresh my page. Fi I'm using it, or you can press Ctrl plus R also can be used for refresh. Okay, so you can see now it's going to give me the red colors are going to be applied for that. Okay. So let us say this, remember here when you talk about the color codes, the first part it's called the red color, red combination, or the this what I am using the FF0000, right? This is called the RGB combination. It is called RGB. So what is this RGB? R stands for the red, that is called the red component. G stands for the green component. Okay, B stands for the blue component. You understand? So when I'm using these RGBs, okay, RGB, red, green, and blue combinations will be using it. Now when I'm using these red, blue, green combinations, so I'm using FF. Okay, FF it's what you call the hexadecimal value. These are going to be my hexadecimal. So these are the hexadecimal values for us. Okay. So when I talk about these hexadecimal values, that is, you can use this red combination or blue combination, whatever may the combination is. Okay, you can use, what is the starting value I can give for it? The start value is 00. Then what is the max value for me? So the max value is, I can use the maximum value is 255. I'll be using. That is, instead of writing 255, we'll be writing the hexadecimal value FF will be writing. Okay, so that is what you are going to see it here. The font color is equal to FF. Then I'm writing this. So now as we said that, so it is a combination of red, green, and blue component it is. So when I'm writing FF, so that's going to be my first component is red component. So when I'm using the red is max, okay, and other two are minimum. Okay, I'm using the other two as minimum. Then I'll get the red domination. I'll get the pure red. I'll be getting it. So let us say I'm using green as max. Okay, I'm using the green value is max, and then the other I'm using minimum. Then there is a green domination. You'll see the pure green. So if I want to get the blue, pure blue, I want. So then you'll make blue as the max, and the other two you make it as minimum. That is zero values you make it. Okay. Or what I'm doing, I'm using trying to use max for all the three. Okay. So I'm using red, green, blue. Max I'm using it. So that means what I'm trying to use it at FF, FF, FF. So all the three values I'm using F value, that is 255 I'm using. Then so this is going to generate with a blue white color. So what is going to be there? So I want to have these all the three. I'm using all the three values, but I'm using them as minimum values. So minimum means what? Zero zeros. Okay. So I'm using 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All the three I'm using minimum. When I'm using all the three minimum values, then it's going to be the black color. It is going to give me the black color when all the three are minimum for me. So when all the three are maximum, I'll get the white. If one of them is maximum, the other two are minimum, then we'll get the one which is going to be giving what the maximum color. What is that you are given? So that will be the domination will be saying it. Or I can also have the combinations. So we can have the different combinations can be used for different colors. We'll be getting it. Okay, understood what I'm telling? So based upon the combinations, whatever you are using it, so you'll see the different color combinations you'll be seeing on screen, right? Okay, so here it's okay, fine. So because of my font, it's something it's doing it. So I'll just remove this font part. The web links I'll remove it. I'll save my page. I'll refresh. Okay, like this. Don't worry about all these things. Okay. Let us see the combinations, the color combinations and all we'll see. Okay, RGB combinations I'm using it. Now let us see the font color is equal to red. Instead of writing it, I'll just make all the four max, all the three max I'll make. So I'll say FF, FF, FF. Max I'm making it. Okay, I'm putting a hash symbol before that. Then I'll save it. Then refresh the page. Now you see, you don't see that. Why? Basically what? It's going to be in the white color. So you're not seeing it. Okay. So I'm using a different color combinations. You can have them differently. You can get them. So let me show you. So one more combination. So here it is the white combination for me, all the max here. Then, so let us say, let me use all minimum values. Okay, I'll use all the minimum values. So when I'm using minimum values, so it is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Minimum value I'm using it. Then it's going to be black color for me, minimum. So you want to have a different combinations. Okay, you can have the different combinations can be used. I'm just copying it again. I'm pasting it here. So I want to have different combinations. So that means, for example, I want to have the red value as FF 0, 0. Then the last one, okay, blue combination also I'll have maximum. Okay, so what it does, the values are for me FF 0, 0, FF. Save it, refresh the page. Now you see the different combination, you're going to see it there. Okay, so based upon the combinations of colors what you're using, you'll get the different combinations, you will be getting it. The output is going to be different for me. The font names, you can make some of the fonts names like Times New Roman or Arial, Courier, okay, Vardena, Webdings, like different font names you can make use of it. Yeah, any questions here? If you have any questions, you can unmute your microphone and let me know. If otherwise, I'll just continue there. Yes.